right, it is time and again for the second worst show I make. It is SACing MAL, where we go through the new anime season, read all of the entries, and try and figure out what is worth watching. A bit late on this one, as I am on every season, because I think this season has already started. But hey, ain't nobody come here for me to be on time. Alright, start off with Vinland Saga 2. I am in, like, a lot of pain for some reason. Like, I think I hurt my shoulder, and there's just, like, pain running all the way down my side, down my back, and my throat's a little out. So this is gonna suck. This is gonna be a bad stream. We're gonna have a bad stream tonight. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me turn that fan on. Like, I can even feel it, like, running through my jaw. It's crazy. Alright, a new millennium begins in the southern part of Jutland Peninsula in Denmark. Thorfinn was brought by the landowner Kati as a slave and engaged in land reclamation work on his farm. Thorfinn meets a young man there, Einhar, who was also a slave like him. The encounter of Einhar led Thorfinn to face the sins he had committed and began to find meaning in life. On the other hand, Canute, who became King of England, attempted to extend his territory for the establishment of the Promised Land. This King of England, I thought he became the King of Denmark or something. This is the story of the true warrior saga, the story of atonement and salvation saga that lies beyond the prologue. But Zach, what if something crazy like Mirror Tights 2 shows up? Mirror Tights 2 has already been confirmed, right? I'm pretty sure there is a Mirror Tights 2. Is that this season? Is that a spoiler? I guess we'll find out. Welcome, mate. How are you doing tonight? So everyone talks about Vinland Saga like it's one of the greatest manga/anime ever. And the anime is fucking bad. Like, it's not just, like, not good or, like, good but overhyped. It was, like, bad. It was, like, actually bad. So I have no fucking clue what people are talking about. Like, they suck the show's dick for no reason. It's the only ever thing, like, it's similar to, like, Monster, right? Where people suck its dick, and I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Do you not see that this is a fucking mess? I made a joke, but apparently it's real. Oh, it's definitely real. Anyway, I'm not watching it. You can't pay me. You could pay me. You can basically pay me to watch anything, though. Now Gakuen no Fute Kigo Sha Shijo Saikyo no Mao no Shiso Tensei Shite Shison Tachi no Gakko E Kaio 2. The Misfit of Demon King Academy 2. The tyrannical Demon King, the Misfit, shows trajectory. He will endeavor in this new era. The one that has appeared in front of Anos, who prevented the war between demons and humans, was a new child of the god who has come to annihilate the tyrannical Demon King. The Misfit who overcomes all heads onto a new battle. After being reincarnated into a peaceful era, I've learned how to hold back a bit. Source, Aniplex USA, edited. I love that that's the edited version because that still reads like complete fucking garbage. Like, that needed another take. Like, that is awful. Whoever wrote that did a terrible job. Trying to get through Kanji's dungeon, but golden, so I gotta plant shit with Nanako. Nice. I remember the first season was fucking terrible. Like, everyone was talking about, like, oh, it's so bad it's good, but I found it to just be bad. But apparently, and I remember this, I gave it, like, a 5. So there had to have been some kind of redeeming feature to this. But I certainly know not to watch Season 2 of this. Because Season 1 wasn't, at the very least, Season 1 wasn't even good. So, alright, Tokyo Revengers. Is it Revengers or Ravengers? It's Revengers. Seiya Kesanen. Tokyo Revengers Christmas Showdown. I would have thought this was a Christmas special, but apparently it's not. This is the sequel to Tokyo Revengers, which is, I think, a Shonen Jump manga that apparently stylizes itself with a swastika. Bold choice. It is a show. No, Shonen Magazine Weekly. Wasn't that what ran Fairy Tail? That's not Shonen Jump, right? That's the Fairy Tail manga one? Yeah, it's Fairy Tail. Yeah, it's Fairy Tail. Okay, that's what I thought. And GTO, apparently. But anyway, yeah. Apparently the show's pretty good, but I just have not gotten around to watching it. It was a 2021 series. I don't have this marked down. I should mark the. Okay, I'll watch season 1 at the very least. I'll promise everyone season 1. If season 1's good, I'll go on to season 2. Let's see. Hold on, I can do this. Ijiran Aide. Nagatoro-san, second attack. Don't toy with me, Miss Nagatoro, second attack. A girl in a lower grade just made me cry. One day, Senpai visits the library after school and becomes the target of a super sadistic junior. The name of the girl who teases, torments, and tantalizes Senpai is Nagatoro, who's annoying yet adorable. It's painful, but you still want to be by her side. This is a story about an extremely sadistic, temperamental girl, and you'll feel something awaken inside of you. I probably will not feel anything awaken inside of me. But I do love cute little romances, but this is also second season, and I marked down season 1 a while ago, and I just haven't gotten time to watch it. It's a 2021 anime, so I'll watch it at some point. But yeah, so there's a good chance I'll watch season 2. Nier Automata version 1.1a. The distant in the far future of 5012. Is it 5012? I thought Nier Automata takes place in like year 10,000. Actually, it probably does. It's probably the anime that this might not be an adaptation of the actual anime of the actual game then. The sudden aerial invasion of Earth by aliens and their creation's machine life forms led mankind to the brink of extinction. The surviving number of humans who took refuge on the moon to organize a counterattack using android soldiers to recapture Earth. However, the war reaches a stalemate as the machine life forms continue to multiply infinitely. In turn, humanity deploys a new unit of android soldiers as the ultimate weapon, the Yorha. Newly dispatched to Earth 2B joins 9S, the analyst currently stationed there, where amid their mission they encounter a myriad of mysterious phenomena. This is the story of these lifeless androids and their endless fight for the sake of mankind. Source Nier Automata, version 1.1, official USA website. Thanks to that menu, I discovered grinding is super easy. I don't know if this is an adaptation of the game or not. If this is an adaptation of the game, I would rather just watch the game. And if this is its own show, I still don't know if I want to watch this. Like, I feel like, as someone who's played all of the Drakengard's, if this is its own unique thing, I need to watch this. But I also don't care about Nier Automata. But also Automata is my second least favorite Drakengard game, so... I'm not going to mark it down. If I hear more about it and I hear it's worth watching, maybe I'll check it out. So far, the only thing I've heard about this anime is 2B's ass, which, I mean, yes, but... Believe it or not, I actually require more than that. What if Zero makes a cameo? I know you got to sell me on something. You'd have to sell. I think I need to be sold on this one. Is what I'm saying. I won't mark it down. I think someone needs to sell me on this anime. I'm not just gonna jump into that one. Bungo Stray Dogs 4th season. This is the 4th season of Bungo Stray Dogs. This show I thought was over. And I'm surprised they're still making it. I don't think I've ever read a season of Bungo Stray Dogs before. So let's read what this is about, because I actually don't know. I've heard mixed things about this show, honestly. Oh, I have it marked down, but I might have it marked down just because I've heard mixed things about it. That's all anyone talks about when it comes to the game, too. 2B's ass or Nier fans pretending to be philosophers. Yeah. Alright. For weeks, Atushi Nakajima's orphanage has been plagued by a mystical tiger that only he seems to be aware of. Suspected behind the strange incidents, the 18-year-old is abruptly kicked out of the orphanage and left hungry, homeless, and wandering through the city. While starting on a riverbank, Atushi saves a rather eccentric man named Osamu Daizai from drowning. Whimsical suicide enthusiast and supernatural detective. Whimsical suicide enthusiast. And supernatural detective Daizai has been investigating the same tiger that has been terrorizing the boy. Together with Daizai's partner, Doppo Kunakida, they solve the mystery, but its resolution leaves... Well, spoilers, now I know they solved the mystery. But its resolution leaves Atushi in a tight spot. As various odd events take place, Atushi is coerced into joining their firm of supernatural investigators, taking on unusual cases the police cannot handle alongside his numerous enigmatic co-workers. This sounds like something I've seen. Did I read the manga? Osamu Daizai? Yes, apparently. Apparently, yes. The answer to your question is yes. This sounds like a manga I've read. Did I read this? Do I know for a fact I have not read this? I think this sounds like a manga I read. When did this come out? 2012? I may have read this. I may have read bits of this. I feel like I've read this. This really looks like something I read. You know what? I probably did read it, but I'd have to like track it down to figure out how far I made it into this. I think I made it like, is this a monthly publisher? I feel like I made it into Young Ace. I think that's a yes. I think that makes it a monthly publisher. Yeah, I think I read this. I would say I probably read like the first 12 or 13 chapters of Bungo Stray Dogs then. That'd be my guess. Anyway, yeah, I have season 1 marked down. Is this Balfory? This is Balfory. Okay. Itai no wa iya nano de bugyo ryoku ni kyokufuri shitai to omoimasu. Balfory. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Season 2. Not only have I seen Season 1, I reviewed it positively already, which means I don't think I need to read what this is about. 2020. No, I do not. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, I've already reviewed Balfory. Sweet. Moving on. Hell yeah, I'll watch Season 2 of Balfory. I'm so shocked they made a Season 2 of Balfory, and I'm on board for Season 2 of Balfory. So... Tamo-chan is a girl. Yes. I already know what this is. Oh, sorry. Tamo-chan wa ona noko. Tomo Aizawa and Junichiro Jun Kubota are the tightest bros you could ever see. They roughhouse and spar, but through thick and thin, they have got each other's back. Yet there's just one small problem. Tomo is in love with June. What? Since she was young, tomboyish Tomo has been just another one of the guys. Due to his extreme, muscle-brained nature, June does not notice any of her advances. Not even when she explicitly confesses. Okay. To add insult to injury, for the longest time, he did not even realize that she was a girl. Will Tomo ever be able to catch June's eye and escape the infamous bro zone? Alright, see, I love that idea, that, like, she's into him, and, like, there's no, like, back and forth or anything. She's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I love it. I'm in. On board. Lock me into this shit. Alright, what do we got? This one looks like a similar romance, but also slightly up its own ass. No, it's a comedy. Maybe I judged myself. Maybe the poster just looks up its own ass. Otonari no Tenshi Sama ni Itsu no Man Nika Dame Ningen ni Sarete Sare Te Ita Ken. The angel next door spoils me rotten. After catching a cold by giving his only umbrella to a girl sitting in the rain, Amane Fujimiya only expects her to eventually return it. However, Maharu Shina, the angel of Amane's school and his neighbor, instead gives him a lot more than that. Instead of just the umbrella, she insists on returning the favor by helping him recover from his cold. However, she's oblivious to the battlefield that is Amane's apartment. The only word Miharu finds from her mouth to describe chaos is unsightly, but despite her unsympathetic description, Mahiru proceeds to help with the hopeless Amane. Oh, fuck me. Again? Okay. Otonari no Tenshi-sama ni Itsu no Manika Dame Ningen ni Sarete Ita Ken follows Amane as he is taken care of by Mahiru, who attends to the various chores from cleaning his apartment to cooking dinner. Is there anything that the angel cannot do? That actually does not sound good. I mean, it looks cute, but that sounds not, what? That sounds like a and that's written by Mal Rewrite. So unless that was written by someone who just did not enjoy this show, this sounds actually not good. It's got a 7.87. It does sound shitty, actually. It kind of sounds not good. It's got a 7.87. It's based on a manga? What's the manga's description? It's the same thing. Oh, they used the manga description. Okay, hang on. We're going to read this person's review. Shout out to Kawaii Side. I believe you. Kawaii Side, we're putting our hopes in you. I've read the web novel as well, so this review is for both of them. This story started out decent enough to be enjoyable, even though it's generic as it gets. It starts with the characters. Main character, average no self-esteem loser dude that can't even cook or keep his flat tidy, and of course is dense as fuck. FemC, perfect, beautiful, can do everything except for getting friends. Oh, and the MC's friends, it's a couple. Who would have guessed, right? A more accurate title would be How I Tricked My Neighbor into My House. That sounds like that would be more watchable. This story is also nothing new, which isn't bad per se. Their neighbor, she starts cooking. He says it's the best thing on the entire planet, which makes sense because she's perfect and all. So far, so boring. From there, not much happens. They get closer at some point. They're a couple, and that's it. Nothing more will happen. It's just as repetitive as possible. The relationship does not progress at all because they're stuck. The reason for that is, on one hand, the main character. Like mentioned before, he was a loser. Whenever she does something, he starts to self-depreciate himself. She could stand naked in front of him, and he would say, "Bang me like there's no tomorrow," yet he would think she lost her clothes accidentally and misspoke or thought, yeah, this sounds unwatchable. What could the FemC starts out better, but later on she did start to progress. All she does is pouting, kind of understandable at some point. She seems to wants the D, but he's a monk, so that won't happen. Which brings us to the recipe for the last dozen chapters. Some subjects come up. One, FemC mostly starts pouting, the other one wants to cover it, but no, not enough yet. There needs to be more pouting. Then they'll make up with a hug or something, rinse and repeat. And there's still the, oh my god, she touched me, he touched me, I need to blush like crazy. Guess this is supposed to be fluff or some shit. Yeah, honestly, this is kind of the vibe I got. If this is the description, it sounds like nothing fucking happens in this. So, and it looks like initially this looked like it would be up its own ass. But then I read the plot and I'm like, yeah, this sounds like nothing's gonna happen in this. It's a fucking tightrope. This is Inspector Season 2. This is Kyoko Suiri Season 2. I think I'm gonna be watching Inspector later this year, right? Yeah, 2020. Yeah, so I'll be watching Inspector later this year, and I definitely already read that, so no biggie on that. Spy Kyoshitsu. Spy Classroom. After a gruesome war wreaked havoc on the general populace, always a good way to start, the governments of the world turned to a more elusive tactic to further their agendas, a war fought in the shadows. What kind of war was not already being fought in the shadows? Usually, if there's literal bombs being dropped, there's also espionage. Lily, a beautiful girl with white locks, is a student in one of the many institutions that train youths into becoming capable spies. Unfortunately, despite scoring well in the written exams, she only manages to barely pass her practicals. With no real-world schools to speak of, her hopes of graduating are dismal until she is offered an opportunity to join the mysterious team Tamoshibi. Excuse me, and partake in an impossible mission. Excited by the prospect of working with the elite, Lily enthusiastically accepts. However, she is struck dumb when she arrived at Kagaru Palace, and the true purpose of Tanomoshibi and its helpless situation comes into light. Joined by other problematic female spies, along with a mysterious young man spearheading the operation, Lily realizes this is not the ideal escape she had pictured. This tells me fucking nothing about this show. All I got from this was spy school, hard mission. This is a terrible description. Written by Mal Rewrite. Wow, Mal Rewrite standards have dropped if that's what all they got. What the fuck is this about? It seems it almost looks like it's marketing itself as like a sort of like version of like Princess Principal, but with like less going on. This looks like the kind of anime that I'm going to say I'm not going to watch, and then like 3 years from now, you'll find out I watched it, honestly. But no, I mean, like, sell me on it. I don't feel sold. I don't feel sold on it. Dungeon ni Daie wo Motomeru no wa Machigateru Daru ka for Fukasho Yakusai Hen. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon for part 2? Part 2? Fucking... They're splitting it into fucking cores now? Oh, whatever. We already know what this... I'm not even going to read this. We already know what this is. Alright, moving on. Kaori Zokusei Danshi to Cool na Doryu Joshi. The ice guy and his cool female colleague. Okay, alright, I'm listening. Himuru is an office worker who belongs to a race of supernatural beings with strange powers. Okay, alright, I'm listening. I mean, Attack on Titan has final season part 4. Attack on Titan is the fucking monster that started this problem, and we've been spiraling ever since it figured out it could do this. It started this with, like, Season 3, and now we're in hell. Whenever he's deep in concentration, he subconsciously plunges his poor co-workers into a close rendition of the Arctic. Even so, contrary to his ice powers, Himuro is a warm and kind person. Everyone with ice powers is. He likes flowers and cats, but alas, he cannot get too close to either. Himuro has a soft spot for his colleague, Fuyutsuki, a calm woman who has a knack for providing simple solutions to his unconventional problems. Whenever Fuyutsuki does something from him, a snowstorm of emotion builds inside Himuru's heart, and he fails to notice the raging snowstorm he causes on the office floor. This sounds terrible. Thanks to a snowy tantrum, Himuru's feelings are apparent to everyone but Fuyutsuki. However, fueled by immense adoration and desire, Himuru is prepared to do whatever it takes to capture her heart. This sounds fucking terrible. This sounds genuinely unwatchable. Alright, moving on. What about Weiss? She's just kind of bitchy. Weiss is and has always been my favorite Ruby character. Alright, there's basically two ways to do ice powers, right? Either you have completely emotionally closed off characters, or they're super warm, like personality-wise. There's never like... There's never like an energetic, like, gawky fucking ice power character who's like, yeah, what's up, dog? I'm fucking Ice G. Let's get it. It's always like, hello, I am Ice G. Or, hello, I'm Ice G. Do you need a fucking cup of tea or some shit? Like, it's like one or the other. No, I would definitely put Mitsuru more on the warm end. Like, I wouldn't put... Mitsuru is definitely one of the warmer characters. Also, I wouldn't even necessarily fully consider Mitsuru... Like, she uses ice. But I don't. But she's not like she's not kind of like the ice power archetype. Just because Persona has such a diverse cast of like abilities. Kubo-san wa mob wo Euro Sanai. Kubo won't let me be invisible. Okay, this seems interesting. Also, I love this because at this point I feel like no one makes this face without referencing Mirai Nikki, which means I'm interested already. High school student Juntai Shirashi has a simple goal: to live a fulfilling youth. However, you and every other high schooler, dude. However, achieving this goal appears to be harder than expected, as everyone in his surrounding often fails to notice him due to his lack of presence. You and everyone else do. In fact, Shirashi's lack of presence is so severe that people think his seat is always empty and mistakenly assume that he often skips school. He should take up basketball. There is an even weird rumor spreading around in class, claiming that those who successfully spot Shirashi will be blessed with good fortune for the day. So far, the only person who notices his existence is Nagisa Kubo, the girl seated next to him. Unfortunately for him, though, Kubo likes to tease him on a daily basis and often puts him into unprecedented, nerve-wracking situations. However, as Kubo's playful antics continue to involve the reluctant Shirashi, he may soon discover that his youth might not be as boring as he initially thought. Oh, so this goes a sort of like Nagatoro route with this. That's not what I would have wanted it to do. Yeah, that's not... Make a band? What? Oh, is that a... I'm trying to figure out what you're referencing. That could be anything. That could be like three other things. What specifically are you referencing? Um, can I be honest? Can I be honest? This is a terrible description, but I'm kind of getting vibes off of it, you know? Either I will hate this or I'll like it. People notice you when you show up like this. Oh, fair enough. I'm getting vibes off this. I don't know if they're good vibes. Either I will like this show or I will really not like this show. I don't feel this being a middle of this ain't a 5 out of 10. I can look at this and tell I can look at this and tell this ain't no 5 out of 10. Is what I'm saying. This is either like a 7 or an 8 or it's like a 4 or a 3. All right. My gut reaction is no, but I'm gonna go with my other gut reaction. See, I have two guts. I'm a cow. I'm a cow person, so there you go. This is Ningen Funshin. No. Ningen Fushin no Boken sha Tachi ga Sekai wo Suku yo Desu. Or Ningen Fushin. Adventurers who don't believe in humanity will save the world. This already sounds bad. The story begins with Nick, an experienced adventurer whose party is led by mentor and father figure Argus following the completion of their latest job. Nick discovers a chunk of money has gone missing and realizes one of the party members is the culprit. To his surprise, Argus forgives the member and instead expels Nick after being accused of also embezzling funds. I think you have lost me. One night, after several weeks in a downward spiral, Nick ends up in a local tavern where fate leads him to meeting three fellow adventurers. After a night of drinking, the four bond over their betrayals and their ability to trust anyone. This is when Nick hatches the idea for the four to form a party. Thus, the story begins with the party adventurers united in their belief that humans are bastard and desire to make honest coin. Yep, you lost me. Alright, moving on. Buddy Daddies. Which is childcare and organized crime. Oh, all right. I'm sorry, it took me a second. Assassins Kazuki Kurusu and Rei Suwa meet Miri, a girl looking for her father on Christmas Day. Kazuki, Rei, and Miri unexpectedly end up living together. Follows Kazuki Kurusu. Do we have to say their names multiple times over 3 sentences. A criminal contractor coordinator who lives with his best friend, Reisua, a professional assassin who's been raised from childhood to be a contract killer. Kazuki is outgoing and loves gambling and women, while Ray is a man of few words who spends his time playing video games. One day, the two buddies end up caring for Miri Unisaka, a 4-year-old girl whose father is a mafia boss, after Miri accidentally wanders into a firefight in a hotel while looking for her father. To be honest, this sounds like this could be really cute and heartwarming, and it is made by PA Works. So honestly, I think I'm in. Alright, what do we got here? Something that I've apparently already agreed to watch. Tensei Ojo to Tensai Reijo no Maho Kakume. An assassin who plays Assassin's Creed. This is so unrealistic. I wish I could climb up a wall like this. The magical revolution of the reincarnated princess and the genius young lady. Despite her supposed ineptitude with regular magic, Princess... Fuck off. I wish this was in Japanese. Anisifia defies the aristocracy's expectations by developing magicology, a unique magical theory based on memories from her past life. One day, she witnesses the brilliant noblewoman Euphilia unjustly stripped of her title as kingdom's next monarch. That's when Anisifia concocts a plan to help Euphilia regain her good name, which somehow involves them living together and researching magic. Little do these two ladies know, however, their chance encounter will alter not only their own futures, but those of the kingdom and the entire world, and their sexualities. Yes, no, from what I understand, this is a Shoujo Ai series, right? Yeah, girls love. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, already marked it down. Trigun Stampede. I hear this is a show. I've heard mixed things. Let's see. Vash the Stampede's a joyful gunslinger pacifist, so why does he have a $6 million bounty on his head? That's what puzzling rookie reporter Meryl Strife and... And from that laugh, you now realize I have never watched the original Trigun. And her jaded veteran partner, when looking into the vigilante, only to find someone who hates blood. But their investigation turns out to uncover something heinous. His evil twin brother... Millions knives? What the fuck? Oh, boy. Woo! No, thank you. One day, I'll probably watch the original Trigun, just because I tend to watch things for historical value. But, whoo, no. Oh, fuck no. Oh, absolutely not. My brother loved Trigun. When I told him this was 3D, he walked out of my room yelling, "We can't have shit." Completely reasonable reaction. Alright. Ino ni Natara Sugina Hito ni Hiro wa Reta. My life as Inuki-san's dog. Look, we already know where I'm gonna fucking put this. They say every dog has his day. That's especially true for our protagonist, who's just turned into a dog. It's like fucking Dog Scissors, or the other dog show that's not Dog Scissors, but it's basically just Dog Scissors. Now lives every day under the care of his crush, Inuki-san. She happily dotes on her new companion, and while he wants to return to his human form someday, there's something wonderful about being cared for by the person he loves. Hey, guess what? This sounds awful. Alright, moving on. Isekai Nonbiri Nooka. Farming life in another world. Is this the thing that Pache mentioned, or did Pache mention the other fucking... No, Pache mentioned the pharmacy thing, right? Yeah, Pache mentioned the pharmacy thing. Having died of sickness at age 39... Hey! You can have a worse run than 39. Like, as far as, like, isekai protagonists go, you can die quicker than that. Honestly. And of sickness? Look, I'm gonna say sickness over, like, Truck-kun, or God dropped a lightning bolt, or murder. I'm saying, guy had a good run, comparatively. To, like, crushed by a bookshelf? I'm trying to think of other ways isekai protagonists have died. Those are, I think, the big ones. Given the opportunity to go to another world, when asked what his wish is by God, intending to give him strength, he requests to have a healthy body. Offered a second wish, fucking lucky. He wishes to choose to live peacefully. Offered a third wish to be able to know the local language, and for the final wish, to become a farmer. If God gave me 4 fucking wishes, you can bet I would have gotten more out of my life than that. How old was the guy in Tanya the Evil? We are not clear how old he was. But he is probably, I think, somewhere between 30 and 40. And he died by being pushed into a train. um, I honestly, it looks pretty. It just kind of looks pretty. I like the character designs. Is this man a fucking centaur? Wait, is this man a fucking centaur? If this man is a centaur, I'm out. Is this man a fucking centaur? Or no, those are dogs. Those are dogs. Okay, he's not a centaur. He's not a fucking centaur. Okay, all right, okay. I had to check. If he was a centaur, I'd be fucking out. Anime girl hit by car monkey make. That wasn't an isekai though. She gets brought back to life by a necromancer. Who was it that died getting almost hit by a tractor but then had a heart attack? Is that Kazuma? Was it Kazuma that died of a heart attack? Okay, honestly, I kind of just want to watch this just because the character designs look really pretty. I I have no greater motivation. This is apparently the second season of something. This is Kamitachi ni Hiro Wareta Otoko second season, by the grace of the gods second season, which I've probably read the plot of before? I have. For fall 2020. Apparently it didn't grab me in fall 2020, which means who gives a shit now. This is Hyoken no Maju. That's really hard to make a sound. Maju Tsushi ga Sekai wo Suberu. The Iceblade Sorcerer shall rule the world. Okay. Everyone knows of the most powerful soldier, the Iceblade Magician, who led the country to victory 3 years ago. But few know his true name, Ray White. After weathering through a bloody war, Ray enrolls at Arnold Academy, ready to experience a normal life, a luxury he never had. To further this goal, he keeps his identity as the Iceblade Magician a secret, the scars of the past still haunting him to this very day. Despite being ostracized for being a commoner, Ray befriends the prideful, yet kind, Amelia Rose. What a generic name. The muscle-brained Evie Armstrong, and the shy and bookish Elisa. She doesn't have a last name, it's just Elisa. However, conspiracy is lurking in the academy, probably done by Elisa, because she doesn't have a last name. Walls, and Ray is tasked with hunting down a spy whose motives remain unclear. They're trying to steal the test answers for the upcoming midterms to protect his newfound friends. And people he holds dear. Ray will do whatever he takes, even if it means confronting his past. Alright, so I made a joke in the middle of that, and now I'm just thinking about how, like, could you imagine one of these, like, Magic Academy anime, but, like, the plot is, like, there's a conspiracy going on, and, like, the bad guys they're just trying to cheat on the upcoming exam. Like, the whole thing is just an elaborate heist to fucking steal the exam answers. Tell me you wouldn't fucking watch that. I don't know. You know what? This is probably bad. I feel like this is bad. I'm gonna watch it, but I think it's probably bad. Okay. interesting character design here. This is Ayo... Ayuo... Fucking Christ. Ayuo Buwo Kiwameru Tame Tenseisu Soshite Sekai Saikyo no Minarai Kishi. Reborn to master the blade from Hero King to extraordinary squire. From his deathbed, Hero King Inglis, the divine knight and master of all he surveys, gazes down on the empire he built with his mighty hand, having devoted his life to statecraft and his subjects' well-being. His one unfulfilled wish is to live again, for this time a warrior's life he'd devote himself to before his rise to power. His patron goddess, Alistia, hears his plea and smiles upon him, flinging his soul into the far future. This is the same plot as Demon King Academy. Goddesses work in mystical ways. Not only is Inglis now the daughter... okay, of a minor noble family, but her first coming-of-age ceremony at 6, she's found ineligible to begin her knighthood. However, for the lady of Inglis' ambition, this is a less setback and more challenge. She was reborn to overcome. It's not the blood that runs through your veins that makes you a knight. It's the blood you shed on the battlefield. The curtain rises on the legend of an extraordinary lady squire reborn to master the blade. Straight up, this is the exact plot of Demon King Academy. Like, almost completely beat for beat the plot of Demon King Academy. Except that they added a gender bender part to it. And, you know, to be honest, I would say no immediately. If not for the gender bender part, because I feel like that could open the door for something interesting. It sounds awful, except for that one little part where I'm like, they might be going somewhere with this. Okay, this is Saikyo Onmyoji no Isekai Tenseki. The reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. After the betrayal of his companions, Haruyoshi, the strongest diviner. We're translating Onmyoji as diviner? Sure. Really? Oh, you know what? Fire Emblem also translates it as diviner. For some fucking reason. Was on the verge of dying, hoping to be happy in the next life. He attempted the secret reincarnation technique and was sent to a different world. Born into a family of magicians, the magic he didn't inherit paled in comparison to his previous abilities as a non-Myoji. Who needs magic? I'll survive in this world with my own techniques. So, this is the case of a fucking mage, like a mage from Earth, being like, fuck it, I'm gonna isekai myself. Isekais himself, finds out that in his new body, he sucks at doing this world's version of magic, and then he's like, well, fuck it, I already maxed out my Earth Mage powers, I'm just gonna keep using them. This is a man who fucking New Game Plus'd. And I love it. And I'm in. Are you kidding me? That sounds great. This is a man that every part of his reality was telling him to give up, and he's like, no, I'm going to be isekai to fuck you. Tondemo skill de isekai horo meshi. Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. I already hate this. Along with a lot of isekai, man, the isekai crowd, which I think is just me, is eating good this fucking season. Along with 3 other heroes, 27-year-old Mukoda Tsuyoshi is transported into a fantasy world to rescue a kingdom from a mysterious threat. However, it soon becomes clear that Tsuyoshi has been dragged into the summoning ritual by accident. His only skill turns out to be food menu, which allows him to open an interface where he can purchase and obtain food-related supermarket items from modern Japan. Dog, don't fucking hate on that. You could make bank with modern cooking abilities at the fucking palm of your hand. Are you kidding me? What's the exchange rate on that? Honestly, dog, what's the exchange rate on that? Like, fucking salt is pretty worthwhile. Like, just salt is useful, and you can like buy shit from like India or fucking Thailand or fucking Sweden. Sweden, well known for its expensive spices. Like that. I mean, dog. If I had to have a special medieval power, that would be the one, I think. Unceremoniously booted out of the palace, Tsuyoshi sets his sights on his own into his new world. However, his ability to create delicious dishes, unknown to this world, soon pays dividends, even attracting the legendary wolf Fenrir. Fenrir is so taken by the food that the creature immediately forms a contract with Tsuyoshi, becoming his familiar. Followed by this whimsical, mythical being, Tsuyoshi takes up a job as a merchant and adventurer, traveling, cooking up mouth-watering meals that never fails to amaze the inhabitants of this world. Great. Absolutely would never watch this. Excuse me. This is an anime that I know about, mostly for the controversies that Twitter made up on the spot for no reason. Onichan wa Oshimai. Onimai, I'm now your sister. Mahiro Oyama was just a normal, erotic, game-loving dude until he woke up one morning as a woman. Turns out his mad scientist's little sister, Mahari, tried out one of her new experiments on him with disastrous outcome. As far as Mahiro is concerned, but Mahari is determined to study him as he's determined to go back to his shut-in, game-playing life. And one thing's for sure, life is going to get a whole lot weirder from here on out. I heard of this months ago, and it sounded so dumb, so I'm kind of interested to see just how dumb. Yeah, so there has been multiple controversies surrounding this anime. One of which is, like, when it was announced, it like, blew up in, like, the Twitter sphere. So you already know it's going to shit. As, like, this, like trans representation, like beacon in the anime community, and then it comes out, and then people throw a fucking hissy fit because it's like a gender bender series. And then the other controversy is that the official Western release from Crunchyroll is censored. Like, they censored the actual Crunchyroll version of it, even in Japanese. So there's weirdly enough, for a show that deserves probably zero controversies, there have been multiple controversies. Ugh. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah, I'll watch it, sure. Not for the controversies, just because I'm interested. Benria Saito-san Isekai ni Iku. Handyman Saito in another world. What'd they edit out? From what I understand, there's a few scenes. I haven't watched the show, so obviously I can only speak, like, limited from, like, examples I've seen. But there's, like, one shot where a character's, like, trying on a bra, and in the Western release, it's just, like, a shot of, like, the laundry bin. Just, like, a still image while it's happening. And I think there's, like, a few other things, but, like, yeah, like, minor ecchi scenes got, like, edited out and just, like, replaced with, like, still images. Saito is an ordinary handyman that gets transported to another world where his skills are super useful. He starts to really understand what it means to be needed. What a terrible pitch. What a terrible pitch. What an absolutely dogshit pitch. Okay, we're going to read the manga description. Speaking of controversy, Persona fans threw a fit today because someone modded P3P to remove the Ken romance option. That seems like a weird thing to throw a fit about. That reminds me of the, like, Spider-Man mod controversy where people, like, modded flags, and the people threw a fit about modding out the flags. And it's just like, well, it's a mod, though. Like, it's not changing your copy of the game. Just don't install the fucking mod. If it bugs you, which it would bug me for the record, then just don't use the mod. That never should have been in the game to begin with. The Ken romance is weird. I'll acknowledge that. But, like, just don't install the mod, though. I don't know why that would upset anyone. I'm the first one to call out, like, censorship as being bullshit, but, like, if it's an optional bit of if censorship is being forced on you, I think that's a problem. But if it's someone's own personal copy of the game and they're choosing to make the decision to censor it for themselves, and that's not being forced on anyone, like in the case of like a mod that removes the Ken romance option, I think it's like fucking weird and silly to get upset about that. Like, who cares? I think I've called that quote the worst thing Atlas has ever done. Anyway, let's read the plot of this manga. Hanneman Saito has never been anyone special in all his life. He's had average grades, ordinary athletic skill, a commonplace job. But his unremarkable path takes a turn when he wakes up in another world. Here, warriors, wizards, and elves accompany him on quests, delving deep into dungeons, and Saito realizes for the first time what it's like to be needed. After all, who other than the handyman could be trusted to open locked treasure chests or to repair his allies' equipment? Beginning with a simple thank you, this is a story of an ordinary person's fulfilling life. This honestly doesn't even sound good. It doesn't even have like outstanding character designs. Persona fans have developed this weird thing where whenever anyone has any criticism against Persona, they're fake fans who don't play the games. To be fair, there are a lot of fake Persona fans who don't play the games, though. So it's not like that coming out of nowhere. I own a PS1 copy of Revelations Persona, so if anything, my opinion is more worth than yours. Kaiko Serata Ankoku Heishi 30 Dai No Slow Na Second Life. Chilling in my 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army. Wow, wow! The Dark Soldier, Daryl, 30 years old, who can't use magic despite being in the Demon King's army, was fired for his lack of capacity. Having been raised by the previous Demon Lord himself, he finds that his adoptive brother, the new Demon Lord, has little use for him. However, after rescuing a village girl from a forest monster, Daryl is invited into her village and starts realizing that may be considerably more powerful than what he thought. Yo, dog, if there's like a romance bend or something to this, I'll be in instantly. It doesn't say there is. Honestly, you know what? I like it. I like the idea, and I'm in. I like the plan, and I'm in. How many Demon Lords? Fucking Demon Lord plotlines have been a thing since... I mean, I first saw... I want to say 80s. I want to say 80s. Like, there's probably some outlier examples in, like, the 70s, but, like, Demon Lords became a thing in the 80s, and anime is so self-cannibalizing that once that hit the culture, it's never going to leave the culture. We're always going to have Demon Lords. This is Shinka no Mi Shirenai Uchi ni Kachigumi Jinsei. The Fruit of Evolution. Before I knew it, my life had made it. Season 2. There is Rebi Ra? What the fuck is Rebi Ra? Demon City, Shinjuku, 1988. Yeah, say. I read the plot of Fruit of Evolution, and it sounded, I think, unwatchable, didn't it? Or did I mark it down? I did mark it down. I think it sounded both unwatchable, and I wrote it down, and I marked it down, because that's how I roll. Alright, Tsundere, Akuyaku, Reijo, that's not Japanese, Lissolette, To, Jikyo no Endo Kun to Kaisetsu no Kobayashi-san. Endo and Kobayashi live, the latest on Tsundere Villainous Lissolette. What the fuck is this about? On the outside, Otome... They're still ripping off my life as a villainess? Why is this a thing? Otome Villainous Lissolette seems foul in every way, a purely evil character. However, as revealed in her diary, she was always hiding both her pain and true feelings for Prince Sigurd. Or is it Sigvard? I've had enough Tsunderes for one day. While she keeps this locked away, an evil witch ultimately possessing her, leading to her demise, a tragic end for the Tsundere villainess. This is how the story always goes, an end coded into the game Magikoi. broadcast club members Ato Endo and Hono Kobayashi decide to play this game. In another universe, Prince Sigurd hears their voices, believing it to be a divine revelation from a god and goddess. These voices clue him into making something he never noticed before. Liselet is actually overwhelmingly adorable. There are no... Where is this going? There are no resets in this game. And just one chance to change the future for an ill-fated villainess. In the years to come, these two entities who would guide the country to prosperity and greatness would be known as Play-by-Play Endo and color commentator Kobayashi. I am wrong. I thought this was a fucking Life as Villainous ripoff. I was so wrong. This is about a video game universe where two jackasses play a video game and alter the game code. That is an amazing plot line. Are you fucking kidding? This is the thing. This is the non-sequel I am most excited for in this entire season. Holy shit, that sounds brilliant. Fuck yes. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Revenger. As Master Assassin, Usui Yuen looks into a series of assassinations made on the Grand Samurai Clan, the Satsuma. He encounters Kurama Raizo, member and survivor of one of the attacks. Together, they discover the true nature of these murderers is bigger than overstolen resources. As they get closer to the truth, will they come out alive to exact revenge? So I don't know if I've ever said this before. I used to really like samurais and ninjas, and like as time has gone on, I have started finding samurais kind of fucking lame. Like samurais kind of suck. I love this character design though. All right, Ayakashi Triangle. I know where I've heard about Ayakashi Triangle. This was created by the To Love Ru guy, and it was running in a weekly magazine, and it got kicked out of the weekly magazine because it was too raunchy. And so it got kicked into a monthly magazine. Let me see if I'm correct. Ayakashi Triangle is a simulpub in English through Manga Plus service. The first two volumes of the series were published digitally in English by Viz Media from July 27 through 2021 to October 26, 2021, in print by Seven Seas Entertainment and Groship imprint since November 1st, 2022. Let's see, Kentaro Yubuki is To Love Ru. Boom, 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 boom. That's my fucking finger on the pulse of anime. Alright, Matsuri Kazamaki and Suzu Kaneda. By the way, To Love Ru started off strong and then went to shit because the author ran the fuck out of plot, and then he made a sequel with a plot. It was weird. Kaneda, our childhood friends, bonded. Also, fun fact about To Love Ru is the first time I ever saw To Love Ru, I was in a computer class in like middle school, and the guy in front of me, who would later become friends with me, booted up To Love Ru on Crunchyroll back when Crunchyroll was a piracy site in front of me in class. There's your SAC history. Matsuri Kazamaki and Suzu Kanade are childhood friends bonded by their shared ability to see Ayakashi. Yokai, insert... Did you motherfuckers translate the word Ayakashi to yokai? What's that? Who the fuck does that? You translated the Japanese word for monster to a slightly different Japanese word for monster. Right! Holy shit, their standards have gone down. What the fuck? What the fuck? Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm sorry about that. That wasn't even the fucking description of. That was just whoever wrote this is a fucking moron. Mitsuri Kazumaki and Suzu Kanade are childhood friends bonded by their shared ability to see Ayakashi, or yokai, in search of a life force to devour. However, in high school, their relationship deteriorates. As Suzu's one-sided feelings are growing, so is the difference in their Ayakashi, or yokai, views. Matsuri considers all Ayakashi a threat to his friend, while Suzu is an Ayakashi medium, someone who exudes a significant amount of life force compared to the average human and loves them all despite the risk. When two stumble upon a talking white cat near a Shirogane, they are unaware that it is a 400-year-old Ayakashi known as the King of Ayakashi. He is hell-bent on gaining even more power by devouring Suzu, but as Matsuri swoops in to try and save her by sealing Shirogane's powers, the Ayakashi uses a jutsu to turn him into a girl instead. I love that jutsu also was not translated. Who the fuck made this? Mitsuri vows to protect Suzu from further harm as her best friend, but he must learn how to act like a girl. Wait, what? Until his grandfather, a famous Winjutsu exorcist ninja, you want to translate fucking ninja while you're at it, can undo the jutsu. Meanwhile, Suzu must work out her romantic feelings for Matsuri, now that he is no longer a boy. But when Matsuri takes King as his pet, the future of the two friends seems uncertain. So this sounds like this could have an interesting plot, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually not interested just because I am familiar with the creator of To Love Ru, and I genuinely have no faith in this being decent at all. Dad mentioned he used to watch a lot of anime because he liked to draw as a teenager and wanted to try and replicate the style. He said he watched Urutsuki Doji with some of his friends, and that was how he went out and watched a horror hentai when I was 12. As I continue the cycle, because last week I watched the movie with my friend, a lot of gender bending this season. Is Renma getting remade this year or something? Yeah, isn't it? I might have heard something about that. Maybe. Have I misspelled Renma? Oh, it's Ranma. No, it looks like no. It looks like it isn't. I don't know why I heard about Ranma recently, though. Yeah, I see. This sounds like a decent plot. It does. The problem is, I don't have what magical sex shift is a theme. I find. Why not just call it gender bender? Okay. Ayakashi is also the name of a magazine in the Mega 10 franchise. Um, yeah. Anyway, yeah. This sounds decent. The problem is I have no faith in its creator. Honestly, I think the creator can't make a plot like this work. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. This is an adorable art style. Holy fuck. After her mother passes away, Anne decides to become a silver sugar master like her mother. Excuse me. A highly regarded occupation in the country of Highland, where very few masters of the craft exist. Anne lives for a town of Lawston, where the royal family holds a sugar sculpture festival. To become a silver sugar master, she has to win the top spot and receive a royal medal. In this world, humans treat fairies as slaves and take one of their wings to control them. Anne reluctantly buys a fairy named Shawl to be a bodyguard on her way to Lawston. Anne is torn between setting Shawl free, but needing a bodyguard on the dangerous roads to the festival. This sounds very good. This sounds very good. Okay. Rogo ni Sona ete isekai de 8 manmai no kinka o tamemasu. Saving 80,000 gold in another world for my retire. Oh yeah, actually I know exactly what this is. I'm surprised this wasn't already on my list. One day, Mitsuha falls off a cliff and is transported into medieval Europe-type world. After a near-death encounter with a pack of wolves, she then realizes she's able to transport between two worlds. This one and her own. That's just fucking convenient. Taking advantage of this ability, Mitsuha decides to live both worlds and calculates that she'll need 80,000 gold coins to be able to retire. Mitsuha now has to come up with different ways to collect her gold coins. Oh, she's trying to acquire gold coins in the fantasy world so she can bring them over to the real world to retire. Is that it? Because that's fucking brilliant. Because in a fantasy world where people exchange gold coins, acquiring a metric fuck ton of gold coins is going to mint you so much goddamn earth money. Like, I could not imagine how much 80,000 gold coins would be worth in, like, yen. Like, realistically. How much fucking cash that is. Hold on. How much is a solid gold coin? Solid gold coin. We're going to find this the fuck out. A solid gold coin. Gold coins are about 90 to 92%, right? Solid gold coin seems to be between $20 and $2,000. I think it depends on the minting. But I'm more worried about the chemical composition than anything. Here, let's go to US Gold Bureau. Hold on. No relation to Sugar Fairy anime. Let's go shop by category, gold, coins. We're gonna go 1 ounce. This is gonna be a 1 ounce. No, that's bar. I don't want 1 ounce gold. I want coins. I want gold coins. Okay, hold on. 1 ounce gold coins. Alright, here we go. Hold on. Best selling? No. We want to go... I want purity. I want grade. Oh, fuck. I don't know the difference between coin grade. I don't know the difference between coin grades. Here, we're going to read more about gold coins. Hold on. How do I know? You know what? Fuck this. All right, let's just do this. All right. We're going to sort by price. We're going to sort this by price, right? We're going to be conservative. We're going to pick a gold coin. This is a 2012 half-gram gold Ancient Alexander Great coin. What is the purity of this gold? This is what we need to know. This is 0.5 grams of 0.9999 fine gold. Exactly. Okay. So, honestly, this is too much gold. This is too much gold. This is too much gold. They wouldn't make a coin that's this pure in gold. Yeah, you wouldn't make a coin with this much gold in it. This wouldn't be usable. We actually ironically need less pure gold. You know what? We're spending too much fucking time on this. Okay, $88. All right, it's $88. So, we need to convert from yen. Hold on. USD to yen. All right, hold on. Okay, we're going to convert from USD to yen. So, $88 is 11,402.16. All right, now this is the value. Such a colossal waste of time. This is the value of a single gold coin. Now, she needs 80,000 of these, correct? So, so this number, I could have just done this as USD and then converted to Japan. No, you know what? Fuck it. Our original idea was How much is this in yen? So, all right. So, 80,000. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 times 11,402.16 comes to 912,172,800. So 912,172,800 yen. Now, we are going to convert 912,172,800 yen back into USD. Here we go. So at modern exchange rate, she claims that she needs $7,040,000 for her retirement. Y'all, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think the math on this anime title is correct. I can't believe it's right. That is a completely reasonable amount of money to retire at like whatever. Like this girl's probably in her like 20s. That's completely because she's gonna want to buy a house, pay that fuck off, and then she's gonna want to live comfortably for the rest of her life. That's a completely reasonable amount of money she needs to save. Why? What? Why did they do? Did the author do the math on that? The author had to have done the math on that. That sounds completely reasonable. What the fuck? What? Holy shit, yes! Yes! Absolutely, fuck yes! What the fuck? Are you kidding me? I can't believe that. Okay, basically, Pink Floyd made an anniversary image on their Facebook, and it was supposed to be like the corner of the dark side of the moon. And apparently, it's woke to have rainbow. Is light gay? Light's a little gay. A little gay. SACing, they know because this is actually an autobiography. Oh shit! I love it. Now, the mere fact that that math came out to being completely fucking reasonable gives me higher hopes for this show than I already had. Let's see. High card. After discovering that his orphanage was on the brink of closing due to financial stress, Finn, who was living freely in the street, set out for a casino with the aim of making a fortune. However, nothing could have prepared Finn for the nightmare that was awaiting for him. Once there, Finn encountered a car chase and a bloody shootout caused by man's lucky card. Finn will eventually learn what the shootout was about, one can only hope. The world order can be controlled by a set of 52 X playing cards with the power to bestow different superhuman powers and abilities to the ones that possess them. With these cards, people can access the hidden powers of the body that can be found within themselves. There is a playing cards that grant persona powers. There is a secret group of players called High Card, who have directly ordered by King of Forland. Is this real? Is Forland a real location? No, it isn't. To collect cards that have been scattered throughout the kingdom, while moonlighting as employees of the luxury car maker Pinocchi. The fuck is happening? Scouted to become the group's 5th member, Finn soon joins the players on a dangerous mission to find these cards. All you need in life are manners, dignity, and the will to be your own life. Weird quote thrown in there. However, who's who, the rival car maker obsessed with defeating Pinocchi, and the Klondikes, the infamous mafia family, stand in the way of the gang. A frenzied battle amongst these card-obsessed players, fueled by justice, desire, and revenge, is about to begin. Are you ready? It's showdown! Okay. Pink Floyd shit had me cackling. People really do get mad over literally nothing. They do. Oyoku Oyuki Umi no Kaina. Kaina of the Great Snow Sea. A world blanketed in an endless, ever-growing ocean of snow. Lucky, the people eke out a living, either huddled around roots of an enormous trees dotting the surface, or high in the canopy which spreads over the planet's atmosphere. A chance meeting between Kaina, a youth from the canopy, and Liliha, a young woman from the surface, sets off a chain of events that will change the fate of the world. This is either decent or dog shit. The score suggests dog shit, but we all know what I think about Mal's ratings. Alright, moving on to Ars no Kyoju. Giant beasts of Ars. The giant beasts created the land, but humans stole it. Fuck yeah, humanity. Angered, the beasts began eating humans, who in turn called upon the gods to fight the beasts. In the Age of the Sword, heroes and mythology, giant beasts are hunted by humans for profit. Jiro, who makes a living hunting giant beasts, encounters Kumi, who's being chased by someone, and that moment decides to save her. As rumors spread regarding humanity, a mysterious experiment, together they seek out to discover the world's secrets. This sounds not good, and I will pass. Alright. Moving on to Tsurune Tsunagari no Isha, or Tsurune the Linking Shot. This is about archery. Protagonist Minato Narumiya has reignited his passion for Kyudo, the Japanese martial art of archery. You could just call it archery. Along with his friends in the school Kyoto Club, he returns for an all-new second season and feature-length film of Kyoto Animation's beloved Tsurune. Oh, this is like a thing? Oh, this is a thing, apparently. This is like a 2018 thing. If this is 2018, I think I probably read this out loud. And if not, we'll get to it at some point. Hikari no O. The Fire Hunter. Real all, according to Kekai Plan. Hikari no O takes place in the aftermath of humanity's last war. The world is enveloped with black forest and people have become infected with a pathogen that caused them to burst into flame in the presence of natural fire. That sounds very inconvenient. The only source of safe fire can be obtained by hunting black beasts, flame spirits. Sounds like an extinction waiting to happen. Which resides deep in the forest. Among the fire hunters, rumors of the king of fire hunters began spreading recently. An individual who would be able to harvest man-made star, the Millennium Comet, that once wandered the void. The story revolves around Toko, a village-raised girl, and Kyoshi, a former student in the capital. The encounter between the two, we're not supposed to cross paths, will change the fate of the world. No, thank you. Was supposed to have a moment written after that, was poking fun at the archery thing. This is yet another anime called Monogatari. Malevolent Spirits Monogatari. Tsukumogami, spirits of Marabito, can possess objects and considerable age and gain physical form. Although he is part of the Saenome clan, that is in charge of peacefully sending them back to their own world, Hyoma Kunato despises them because one took away what was very precious to him. In order to cure him of his loathing, Hyoma's grandfather sends him to live with Botan Nagatsuki, a girl who is a master of 6 friendly Tsukumogami, and lives with them as family. This could be decent. Yeah, it basically means story, yeah. Digital Devil Monogatari. Yeah. Which is why it's so weird that there are so many goddamn anime just called Monogatari. I will say this, Nisio SACing's Monogatari series is like there's no individual episode of the Monogatari series actually titled Monogatari. It's always blank Monogatari, like Owari Monogatari, Bake Monogatari, Nisei Monogatari. Like there's no individual specific thing called Monogatari, but there is an anime called Monogatari about a medicine man. About a medicine man, I believe. Am I wrong about this? Am I fucking stupid? I don't think I'm wrong about this. I think it's just called Monogatari. We'll see if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I thought it was just called Monogatari. There are 20 goddamn anime with Monogatari in the name. Oh, no, it's called Mononoke. I'm sorry, I was getting mixed up with Mononoke. Adult cast, mythology, action, supernatural. This is an adaptation of something. Let's check this out. Oh. Can Hyoma learn to control his emotions dealing with Tsukimogami, or is his own spirit doomed to be possessed with rage forever? This doesn't really, like, sell me on anything. Like, it doesn't tell me anything about the characters or the relationships or what happens in the show. It's just like, can he learn to get along with Tsukimogami? Which, like, I don't care. I don't care if he learns to get along with Tsukimogami. Legend of the Heroes, Sen no Kiseki Northern War. So, fun fact, there is a game of this on Steam, but it is not translated into English. Legend of the Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel, Northern War. Let's see. Actually, Trails of Cold Steel might be. There are Legend of Heroes Sen no Kisekis that are not translated. I don't know if it's specifically this one. Anyway, I would just play the game though. Septatian calendar year 1205. Levi was born in North Ambria, the poorest region in the northeastern Zemuria. She enlists in the Northern Jaegers, is the largest continent, to protect her hometown and distinguish herself from her grandfather, who was once a hero but betrayed Northumbria. Her devotion to her mission often earned her violations of regulations, and one day she ordered to assemble a platoon with Martin Isseria and Talion for an impossible spy mission to Erebonia to gather information on the Imperial hero, a mysterious threat to Ambria. I am sure if I had played the game, I would be more interested in what I've just read. Been recommended those games. I think everyone has. I actually own the first Trials of the Sky, which is like a prequel series to Cold Steel, but I have not played it. Nokemono Tachi no Yoru, Tale of Outcasts, but like all in undercase. Wisteria is an orphan girl living in the corner of the British Empire. Ooh, at the end of the 19th century. Her life is desolate and bleak, probably because she is in 19th century England, until she encounters Marbus, a powerful but equally lonely immortal being with a furry appearance. Hounded by hunters, together Wisteria and Marbus roam the empire populated by humans and human-like beasts in search of a place where they can live together in peace. You had me until furry. You had me till furry. Kyuketsuki Sugu Shinu. Oh yeah, this is like the vampire man, right? The vampire dies in no time. Yeah, this is like the vampire man. I hear this is decent. Apparently I read this though and was decided no, I will not watch this. So I guess no, I won't watch this. This is Mo Ippon. Ippon again. After one last tournament and an embarrassing loss in the final round, Michi decides to call it quits on the sports of judo. Between high school social activities and entrance exams, she'll have no time to compete in martial arts she loves the most, but putting aside old hobbies is a normal part of growing up. Still, the love of judo lingers, and it comes back full force when she meets her new classmate Toa, the girl who bested Michi in her final match. Toa wants to form a judo club at their school, but she'll need new members to get it up and running. United by their love of judo, they'll throw in their passions in the ring together and score Ippon again. This sounds like a very generic girl sports anime, but the thing is, I like generic girl sports anime, so we're in. The RPG I'm most interested in playing right now are the Mana games and Valkyria Chronicles until I learned it was a strategy RPG. It's not a strategy. Valkyria Chronicles has the weirdest combat system I have ever experienced in a video game. It's like someone took RPG mechanics and was like, this needs to be a third-person shooter. It's weird. It's so weird. Technoroid Overmind. Technoroid Overmind is set in the Entertainment Tower Babel, a new hope found by those who have lost the joy of light as humanity's activities are restricted due to large-scale climate change caused by the expanded sun. The anime depicts unique units and characters fighting for the top of Babel, pursuing emotions that move people and androids through performances. This is like an idol. This is like an idol show in a post-apocalyptic hellscape. I watched a judo anime once. Yawara, basically a high school girl who loves 80s fashion because it was the 80s. She does judo, kicks all the time, big buff dudes, asses, written by author of Monster. Yes, Yawara is mostly famous because it was written by the Monster creator. Orphan. Wow, what a fucking blast from the past. Majutsushi, Orphan, Hagure, Tabi, Urban Rama Sorceress Stabber, Orphan, Chaos, and Urban Rama. Oh my god, it is actually Urban Rama. Oh, ugh. I don't know what. I know there is an Orphan game. Orphan is apparently a light novel series. I originally also knew Orphan as a game, but it is apparently originally a light novel series. I think. Or a manga. I think it's a light novel. 1994. Yeah, it's a light novel. It's a light novel series. Yeah, it's a light novel series. There just happened to be a game based on it. This is the third season. God, I have an itch on my nose that is literally unscratchable. Oh, 2000. Oh, I read this. Great. I don't need to read this again. Ni-Jion Animation. Short anime based on the Four Koma series, illustrating the daily lives of the Nijigasaki High School Idol Club members. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'll watch anything. I'll watch anything with Love Live in it. All right, D4DJ All Mix. This is like a new season of D4DJ. Yeah, I'll actually watch this relatively soon. There is a D4DJ meme that came out on TikTok, if you can believe that shit. Like 3 years after this anime dropped, a fucking TikTok meme came out from its opening. It was weird. Unite Up. I can't tell if this is an idol show about cute boys or an idol show about cute girls. I think it's cute boys. Love Light is weird because the music is actually good. Akira Kyosei, a high schooler who loves to sing, gets recruited by a talent agency called Samile Production. Akira learns that legendary idols Anela, who shocked the world with their sudden retirement, are behind agency developing talent. Together with Banri Naoe and Chihiro Isuzugawa, also recruited by the agency, they form an idol group as they chase their dream towards superstardom alongside other groups Legit and Jax/Jax. The worst part about idol groups is that their names are awful, and I would like to punch the name in the face. I've never seen an idol group whose name I don't want to just fucking deck. Actually, if we're including Love Live, the main group of Love Live is called Arise. Like, the main rival group is called Arise in the original Love Live season. Arise is fine. But aside from Arise, there has never been a fucking idol group name that I do not feel deserves to get punched in the face. Alright? Yeah, Muse. Fuck Muse. Muse is... I hate the name. How do you even type that? Boku to Roboco. This looks bad. Robotic order maids are popping up in every household, and 10-year Bondo Taira has found that his two closest friends, Motsuo and Gachi Gorilla, have order maids too. Motsuo in particular owns Meiko, a beautiful robot that gives excellent massages and serves drinks with a smile. Jealous of his friend, Bondo convinces his mother to get him an order maid, hoping for a similar experience. However, to Bondo's surprise, the maid that appears outside his door is incredibly muscular and clumsy enough to destroy a house when completing simple chores. Going by the name Roboco, this new robot is the exact opposite of what Bondo wanted. But despite that, Bondo, together with his friends, learns that there's more to Roboco than they could have ever expected. I held down the U key on your phone. Okay, well. Sounds like whoever made your phone is a Muse fan. Flagelia Natsuyasumi no Monogatari. What a bad name. This looks and sounds like something from 70s. It does, actually. Hold on. Is this an adaptation of something from the 70s? It's an adaptation from something from the 2020s, but to your point, the actual manga image looks even more like something, it looks like something from the 60s even. That's fucking crazy. Who's using this whole ass art style? Who's doing this? Who are you? Shuhei Miyazaki? Why do I feel like I've heard this name? This is the only thing they've ever done. Oh, they did a One Piece one-shot. Yeah, they did a One Piece one-shot in 2020 for the 1,000 episode or the 1,000 chapter or something. Okay, so this is why I know who this person is. As did Boichi. Shout out to Boichi. Aiko, a third grader, lives with his 4 older brothers in a house in Tateyama. Aiko's family has no parents, and according to his older brothers, their mother works in Tokyo. Despite being a bit eccentric, Aiko lives with his brothers, who take good care of him, but they have a secret. They're wizards who can live almost forever. The story unfolds of a family summer vacation in a seaside town happily together while being caught in the world of wizards. Probably for someone. I'm not that someone. Card Fight Vanguard Will Dress Season 2. Oh, thank God, I've already read this. Alright, Hirogaru Sky Precure. Finally, soon Precure is going to hit over 1,000 episodes. A major incident has occurred in the peaceful Skyland. The young Princess L has been kidnapped by the monsters of Underg Empire. A brave young girl, Sora, what a fucking name, follows the princess through a mysterious hole. TV? Cars? Are those some kind of magic tools? But there's no time to be surprised. She has to get the princess back to the castle. Flying between 2 worlds, the adventures with the Pretty Cure begins now. One day, I may decide to do like a water on Precure. Or I'll just watch it one fucking show at a time because I don't want to go insane watching what is, when I last checked, 700, probably at this point, 800 to 900 episodes of Precure. This is KG File, 2nd season. Just cracked my neck and I got lightheaded. The story is set in a world where unique kaiju suddenly appear. Alright, I already read this. Oh my god. Okay, I'm back. Sorry if I worried anyone. My head's back in the right place. I don't know what that was. I cracked my neck and then just fucking, I almost passed out. I don't know what that was. I think, like, my shoulder's been hurting. I mentioned that at the start of the stream. I think I may have hurt my shoulder. I think it's pulling my entire neck out of line. Okay, anyway. Let's see. Oh, yeah, did I remember to unmute? Okay, I did remember to unmute. Good. This is Goku Shufudo, 2nd season, Way the House Husband, Season 2. I hear the #1 complaint with Season 1 was that the animation was dog shit. Excuse me. I will watch it, excuse me, eventually. This is Shumatsu no Walkure 2. Ricket of Ragnarok 2. I've seen a little bit of the manga, and it looks like it's just an excuse to have people fight, honestly. Like that, like, the fights are cool, but, like, I need more. It's so weird to me that, like, the way the Netflix shows are structured, because these are all, like, Netflix anime, the way Netflix shows are structured, it feels so weird to me that, like, they're, like, that these are put down as, like, ONAs, which, because, like, I guess they are, but they're, like, structured the same way you would structure a TV anime. Junji Ito Maniac, Japanese Tales of the Macabre. The anime will adapt 20 stories from a number of Ito's manga for the first time, including Tomi. This is not the first adaptation of Tomi, first off. Suichi and Kabutsuri Kikyo. I would love a full-on Tomi adaptation, for the record. I'm not going to watch this, but if they do a full Tomi anime. Aggressive Retsuko, 5th season. I was told by the description that the 4th season was like the last a Gretzko season. So, like, what the fuck is with the... What the fuck is with the new season? Okay, no. This is the 5th and final season. I think the show overstayed its welcome in the 4th season. I thought the show overstayed its welcome in the 2nd season. Season 1, great. Season 2, the thing about Tomy is that it's not really a story. Yeah, it's like an anthology kind of thing, right? Now we have to go through Chinese shit. Wu Liu Qi Anying Suming Scissor 7 Shadow of Fate. The protagonist Wu Liu Qi originally lived a carefree life on Zhaoji Island, but his identity became a mystery due to amnesia. As outsiders landed on the island and recognized Wu Liqi, various conspiracies began to cover Zhaoji Island, so Wu Liqi decided to return to Zhuanwu, a kingdom, to meet his destiny in order to protect his partners in their homeland. Yeah. I think... Is Scissor 7? I think I've actually heard Scissor 7 is really good. But the thing is, I don't fucking care. Make my day. On a cold planet of ice and snow, mysterious creatures suddenly appeared from the dark underground and have begun to attack the inhabitants. Can humanity survive the terror lurking beyond the horizon? What a fucking terrible animation. Even the profile pictures look awful. This is Zhao Shou Shenglan. Left hand layup. The gimmick is that they're lefties. Pull Princess. Now you have my attention. The story centers around Hinano, a very normal and mild-mannered 17-year-old girl. Since she was very young, her grandmother ran a planetarium that Hinano loved, but one day Hinano found the planetarium would be closing down. Hinano worried about whether there was anything she could do for her grandmother and for the planetarium. And she coincidentally one day catches sight of a woman dancing on a pole under a starry night sky. She gathers her friends together and they set up a stage in the planetarium to perform shows as they jump into the world of pole dancing. I mean, it's only 5 minutes. Oh, there's a prequel. Sure? Sure, I guess? Tototsu ni Egyptian 2. Oh, suddenly Egyptian god. I am pretty sure I read the plot of this before, didn't I? Yeah, back in 2020. Woo! Moving on. Lupin the Third versus Cat's Eye. Lupin the Third. Is this? Okay, what part of Lupin is this? Lupin the Third, the great phantom thief, the man who loves freedom and lives in romance, never fails to steal his prey except for all of the times he has. The Cat's Eye are ladies who run the night splendidly and create commotion in the world. They are sometimes phantom thieves, other times 3 beautiful sisters who run a cafe. The mutual target is 3 paintings which were left behind by the 3 sisters' father, leading to the dream showdown between Lupin and the cats. Amidst the mix-up with charming characters, the story eventually leads to the amazing secret hidden in the picture. A retro, stylish, exhilarating crime action unfolds. So this is a sort of like Lupin the Third. This is down as like O&A and not movie, because this seems like this would be part of the like a woman called Fujiko Mine timeline. Like it even has like similar animation style to Woman Called Fujiko Mine. By the way, Fujiko Mine is one of my favorite anime characters of all time. character Cat's Eye. Wait. The answer to your question is yes. Apparently, it's a crossover with an 80s anime called Cat's Eye. Um, Lupin loves crossing over with shit. Honestly, it had me until I found out it was a crossover. Fuck you, internet problems! Alright. Ayo de Mishi. Yan Yuichu returned to his hometown to work and made a few friends at his workplace. One day he went to XY escape room and found himself deeply attracted to the proprietor, Zu Ayo. However, that was when he started to experience strange escape room illusions. As Yan Yuichu got to know Zu Ayo, more and more incidents started to happen around him and even his friends. In the process of solving the escape rooms and finding the masterminds behind all the events, he gradually found himself uncovering the truth behind his memories. Source, the Billy Billy YouTube channel. This is produced by Billy Billy and Ling San Wu Donggu. I was about to say, I can't tell if this is Chinese or not. It does seem to be Chinese, and we all know how I feel about Chinese shows. They're not anime. Although it does sound good. But also, I can't watch Chinese shows anyway. Like, I don't have anything inherently against watching not Japanese animation, but the problem is when I see, because like Chinese animation so clearly is trying to take the like more like Japanese art style, and then you see it and it fucking comes out in, like, they speak and it comes out in not English or Japanese, and it just breaks my brain, and I just can't do it. And like I could probably force myself to if I keep watching it, but I don't want to. And again, it's not anime. So Zongo Kitan, Yao Chinese Folk Tales. This is a collection of 8 stories about Chinese folklore monsters. Cool for it. Let's see. This is Huang Jin Ting Yuan Don Gri Li Dai Xinyan Yuan Wang, or Honkai Impact 3rd Golden Courtyard New Year Wishes in Winter. Wow. Hongjin Tingyong is how it was translated into Honkai Impact. No fucking wonder they go with Honkai Impact. Although I love that Honkai Impact is also unsayable and is also not in English. On this wintry day, I'll stay with everyone at Golden Courtyard. By the way, I've never played Honkai Impact or Genshin Impact or any of that stuff. I'll stay with everyone at Golden Courtyard to do adorable things and create special memories, and then we'll embrace the new year in our own way. Haha! Does this sound ceremonious? After all, I want to create more wonderful memories with every one of you because I love you all. Wo jia da shi xiong yo jian kao pu. Let's be honest, it's a show just made for people who like Honkai Impact. 3rd season of Wo jia di xing xiong nao zi yo keng. What's wrong with my big brother? What is wrong with your big brother? What is wrong with your big brother? 118. I probably reread this. Which means, wow, the art. Okay, all right, I'm going to talk about the posters for a second, because look at this. All right, that looks like shit. I think everyone can agree on that, right? Next season, that looks a lot better, right? Next season. That kind of looks even better. What a dramatic goddamn improvement in quality over 3 seasons. Okay. This is E.G. Rana Naide Nagatoro-san second attack mini anime. This is the Don't Toy With Me Miss Nagatoro second attack mini anime. This is the mini anime for E.G. Ra Naide Nagatoro-san second attack, released on Twitter and YouTube. Fuck Twitter. I know. I'm brave and bold and controversial for saying it, but it needed to be said. Fuck Twitter. Meh. Yao Shenji 6th season. This is the 6th season of Yao Shenji, which I've almost certainly... Wow, this also has dramatically improved in animation quality over time. The fact that some of these have occurred during time periods where I've absolutely read before tells me that at one point I've read the plot out loud for this, which means I don't need to read the plot out for that. Bum, bum, bum. I love sequels. I don't find Nagatoro cute, and I get a weird glare from the guy. I said that too. Some people are super into like waifuing characters. I mean, I'll say this: I find Nagatoro attractive, but Keiko Sarata, Ankoku, but I don't know her personality. I can watch the fucking show. Ankoku Haishi, 30 Dai no Slow Na Second Life SD mini anime. She just seems like a rude bitch. I hear she starts out aggressively unlikable, but as the manga goes on, they like she like calms the fuck down and they become closer and closer together. Like I heard, like from what I understand, from what I have been told by people who read the manga, she starts at like an 11, and she drops down to like a 3. Mini anime Kaiko Sarata Ankoku Haishi 30 Dai no Slow Na Second Life, which is honestly probably what you would want. Because I've seen like tsundere shows where the girl starts reasonable and then once they start dating turns into a fucking nightmare demon. So I think the reverse of that is actually, if anything, probably probably the ideal version. Oh, I forgot to say what this was. This is Wu Gangji 4th season part 2. Shout out to China catching on to Japan's multi-core season bullshit. Yes. Ride that wave. It's a terrible, stupid fucking wave, but start riding it right now. A season of this came out in 2019, which means I've definitely read this, which is great news for me, because it means I don't have to read this. This is Zhan Yu Fengyan, 2nd season, The Legend of the Sword Domain, 2nd season. The last one came out in 2021, which means I've read it. This is Space Idol. This looks like it's made for children. Original short anime depicting 4 girls who belong to an idol group, Uchu Seifuku. That's certainly a name they've chosen. Who are active in space. Short anime will be distributed on DMM TV. Okay, well, that's not for me. To be fair, it looks like it's marketed towards like 8-year-old girls. So I don't think I was the target demographic in the first place. This is Guan Miao Shen Meshi. There is no description of this, so I'm leaving. This is Shenlan Ki Yu Wu Shang Zhu, 2nd season, The Land of Miracles, 2nd season. This came out in 2022. In July, which means I've probably read this. which is great for me. Watashi no hashtag ga haien na kute. My hashtag does not shine. That fucking sounds like some goddamn Japanese businessman was sitting around hearing kids talk about fucking hashtags and and was like, these kids in the hashtags, we gotta appeal to the younger market. we gotta make a hashtag anime. Kids love hashtags. This is apparently a thing I just decided not to watch. So, moving on. This is Fei Renzai, second season, part 2. Which I've definitely read because it came out in August. This is Li Linke De Zhao Guaner. It's a really cute art style. This is a prequel to Li Lenke Dejiao Guaner, The Drinking of Linkley, which came out in 2021, which means I've read it. It's a very cute art style. Very cute art style. This is Zenge Nyanjin Huan Nang Dong Dajiama. It's based off of a game, apparently. Never heard of it. This is Wojian Qili Yi Di Shujing. Great. No information. Cool. I don't have to fucking... Why does Mal even have Chinese shows? Hua Jinggu Bu Liang Ren 6. Came out in 2022, last season, which means I've definitely read this. This is Bing Zhu Ki Hun Part 2. Last season, came out in 2022. They have Korean too. Well, at least they're not discriminating against Asian countries bordering the China Sea. I guess. Shi Zhong A Shizhong. From what I understand, Chinese is also a tonal language. So not only am I making the sounds wrong, I'm making the sounds with the wrong inflection. Like, if you think my Japanese pronunciation is bad, dog, I assure you, my Chinese pronunciation, if someone who spoke Chinese heard it, they would just drive their head through a wall. Like, I can only imagine how bad this is. You can tell them apart because the animation always looks not good. Oh, the Korean ones? I've seen some fucking gorgeous animation in Chinese shows, but I also can't and also refuse to watch them, so it doesn't matter. Why is my camera suddenly slightly drifting to the right? It does that, and I don't understand why it does that. This is Ji Zhao Piao Miao Lu. Novaland Eagle Flag. Okay, moving on. Where's your little annoying friend who thinks he speaks Mandarin? Big Bang Theory. That's a great line. Xi Jingji, Anying Mocheng, The Westward, The Kingdom of Shadow. This is an adaptation of Xi Jingji, which... The journey to the west was a conspiracy of heaven, After Sutra went missing for more than a decade, Heaven sent its army to search. In order to not let Sutra again fall into the hands of Heaven, the journey to West began again. How can you do the journey? Because, look, alright, I'm not sure how Journey to the West ends, but can't Sun Wukong just beat the fuck out of Heaven? Wasn't that like a whole plot line? That Sun Wukong can just kick the shit out of Heaven? Does he die? Maybe he dies. Hold on, we're gonna spoil Journey to the West in a second. Fucking plug your ears if you don't want a fucking spoilers for Journey to the West. Fucking novel that came out in 1592. No, wait, isn't Sun Wukong's like double immortal, isn't he? Or he's either double immortal or he's like triple immortal. He's like very, very immortal. He becomes a Buddha. Yeah, he becomes a Buddha. Okay. Well, technically he becomes a Buddha, then when he dies he gets obliterated. But he can't die. I'm wrong. He's not double immortal, nor is he triple immortal. He's apparently septuple immortal. This motherfucker is the most goddamn immortal. I was like, isn't he like double immortal? No. Okay, Sangao Yan Yi, third season. Wukong is a mini boss in SMT4. See, here's how we know that like I've heard people say, I've heard the boldest fucking claims from like SMT fans that like SMT characters, like SMT gods, are as strong as their mythological counterparts, if not stronger. No, they're not. No, they're fucking not. No, they're fucking not. There's no information about this. I think it's an adaptation of Romance of the Three Kingdoms. This is Sangguao Yanyi for season. This is Wo Shi Zhao Zhu Zhao Wei Yi De Renlei. That's what this is. It's about a guy with some animals. All right, we're almost done. Oh yays! This is Inu ni Natara Suki Hito ni Hiro wa Reta OVA. This is not an aired episode included in the show's OVA. Sun Wukong is also the name of sword you can get in the SMT mobile game. Huh. Fun fact, I guess. This is Stand My Heroes, Warmth of Memories, and will be an OVA included based on the Narumi Seo character map story event that was featured in the smartphone game in April 2018. Seo has a unique memory disorder, will appear alongside the heroes of Seo Research Laboratory in the OVA. Excuse me. I don't know what game this is based on, but this guy's name is Ken, with 2 N's. And all capital letters. Anyone who stylizes their names with special capitalization, other than first letter capitalized, every other letter undercase, is a douchebag. You can take that to the bank. Okay. Black Clover, Maho Tai no Ken. This is the Black Clover movie, but I think it's not canon. So I don't know why I would watch it, honestly. Only on Netflix? Okay. Yeah, it's definitely not canon because I don't know who half these people are. This is Sasaki to Miyano movie Sotu Sugyo Hen. This boys love? This looks boys love. Yeah. Hirano to Kagiura. Let's see. The diligent high school freshman Akira Kagiura and his senior Taiga Hirano have been roommates for half a year. Kagiura used to be anxious about his future dormitory life, but thanks to his energetic senior looking out for him, he has come to feel content and at ease as he continues to rely on Hirano and more each day. He develops strong feelings for his selfless friend. In the 6 months they have left as roommates, Kaigura is determined to put a name to the relationship he cherishes so dearly before it comes to an end. The author's profile image is adorable. Gridman Universe. This is another Gridman adaptation, and we all know how I feel about Gridman. I don't like it. Alright, Blue Giant. The poster is a man aggressively playing the saxophone. Just really, really playing that fucking saxophone. Like, so playing that saxophone that energy is coming off of his body. The problem with a lot of boys love is it's just fetish shit for straight women. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But I'm going to be honest. Maybe this is controversial. I don't see anything wrong with that. There is a genre of boys love. I don't know if it's only pornography, but it's called bara, which is like for men by men. Or at least specifically for... Or specifically for gay men. Bara, a Japanese art and media known as gay manga, focuses on same-sex love primarily between gay men for a gay male audience. Yeah. So, like, the thing about, like, shonen ai and, like, yaoi is obviously, like, it's a major demographic targeted towards women, but there is a demographic designed to target for gay men. So it's not, like, entirely divorced from, like it's not like there's no options available. It's just like, I imagine limited options available. I would also probably assume that most Yuri anime is targeted towards men, is my assumption. Problem with gay people don't want to be fetishized. I mean, get over it. Like, everyone's fetishized. Fuck you. Um, but I'm sure I'm unaware if there is a Yuri equivalent genre. Like like if there is a specifically like anti Yuri, anti Yuri, whatever. Like a Yuri series made for women. There is no links to Yuri from Bara, despite them being contrasting genres. Why is my screen doing that? If I go yaoi, can I go to Yuri? I should stop clicking this shit. I might get porn to show up on my screen. because Wikipedia shows images for educational purposes, and I don't know what I'm going to click on. So I'm going to actually stop. But there might be I can look this up on the right monitor, right? Here we go. Yuri, is there a... There at least doesn't seem to be a link to like a woman-focused Yuri on... So all Yuri might just be thrown into a melting pot. I do know there's a lot of famous Yuri that was created by women. I like there is plenty of Yuri that's probably like targeted towards men, but I do know for a fact that also a lot of, in fact, some of the even more famous Yuri series are actually created by women. It's degrading, Zach. I don't care. Genuinely, don't give a shit. Like, there are things to care about, and that is not one of them. Like, hot take. People care so much about objectification, but it's such a fucking dumb thing to care about because other people's perspectives of you shouldn't necessarily matter unless it's... I'm not formulating these thoughts very well, am I? No, because I'm not fully agreeing with what I'm saying. Like, I know what I'm trying to say, but it's not coming out properly. So I'm going to stop that sentence there. Because what was about to be said was wrong. Okay. So, people's perspectives are their own. I agree with that statement. And they are entitled to their own thoughts and feelings. I agree with that statement. We're good so far. So there is a sort of concept where people's comfort levels on people's perceptions of them make the people who are being perceived uncomfortable. Good so far. However, because people are entitled to their own thoughts and feelings, it is... One could even make an argument for morally incorrect to police the thoughts and feelings of other people. And so, although degradation and objectification may make you feel uncomfortable, despite you being the subject of the objectification, it is not your place to police how other people are perceiving you. Good. Fine with that. Fine with that sentence. I don't care if that's a fucking hot take either. I'm fine with everything that has just been said, I think. Unless I watched that back and I fucking slurred a word somewhere and said it horribly wrong. Anyway, my story, get the fuck over yourself. I will definitely become the world's best jazz player. Blue Giant follows Dai Miyamoto, who is a member of the basketball club. While attending junior high one day, a friend takes him to a live jazz performance, which inspires him deeply. Thereafter, he begins practicing the tenor saxophone by himself, without the ability to read sheet music. Rain or shine, day or night, Dai continues to practice during his first performance. He is criticized by the audience, however, Dai passionately blows away his saxophone at the tail of reaching his goal, recklessly and sincerely begins. What about when that intrudes on someone's life or human rights? That is an excellent question. if it is if you are in like actually damaging someone in such a way, clearly that ends there, right? Like if you are committing a crime or you are harming someone, very clearly that is not okay. But that's that's like taking the like that's like escalating the situation, right? Like that's a different action. Like the action of like you're saying like burning a church or murder, right? The action of writing a fucking gay porn targeted towards women is not the equivalent of burning down a church. Like obviously burning down a church is a problem, but burning down a church isn't even necessarily wrong because it makes you feel uncomfortable. Burning down a church is wrong because it is endangering the people and area around the church as well as damaging property. Like, burning church is wrong morally, not because it makes someone feel bad, but because of the 800 other things involved in burning down a church. Similarly, murder isn't necessarily wrong because it makes someone feel bad. Murder is wrong because you just killed a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of like, obviously, you know, the line is like at crimes and like physical harm, right? Obviously that's too far, but if there's even a question about that, I'm glad we got it out of the way. Don't commit crimes is my policy. Argo Novice movie Asia. I think this is a Bang Dream spinoff. Yeah, this is like a Bang Dream thing. All right, moving on. Rakudai Majo Fuka to Yami no Majo. Let's see. It looks cute, but it doesn't say anything. Oh, it's like a little witch girl. Oh, that's adorable. I kind of want to watch this just because it looks adorable. The Klutzy Witch, Fuka, and the Dark Witch. What I was getting at was someone say perception of someone is X person is degenerate scum, so that leads to a well-targeted crime towards a specific group. That's why hate crime laws exist. Okay. No, I mean, like, here's the thing, though, right? Because there's a line being formed there that is being crossed at some point, right? Because I'm not gonna say that a specific okay. I told you exactly what my beliefs were when we first met. Oh, I'm fine. I'm willing to get into these trenches. All right. So, at some point in that, you have specifically mentioned a line that was being crossed. But let's start with it. Very clearly, I would not support targeting hate towards a specific group of people due to circumstances outside of their control, like gender, sexuality. I would say let's just go with gender and sexuality, race, ethnicity, nationality, things like that, right? Obviously, I would not support that. However, technically and morally, it is someone's prerogative to, at least I should say, not like people of that group. I do not support the decision, but technically, they should be afforded said freedom, provided a line is not crossed. Now, if we take this one step, right? People don't like other group of people, right? We'll say group X doesn't like group Y in this scenario, right? Obviously, there is technically and legally nothing wrong with group X forming a weird hate group for Group Y. I do not support this decision. Again, I'm not supporting the actions that I am describing, but I am saying that they could do it, and it should be their right to do so. Now, here is the point where the line is crossed, right? Because you mentioned this leads to a targeted crime towards a specific group of people. The line is crossed when the hate group progresses to the targeting of the crime, because then they're not just like holding on to their feelings. They are actively acting on them in a malicious manner. And that malicious action is the point where it stops being about, like, feelings and becomes action. Is it? My audio is popping? Oh, that's not good. In what way? Let me see. Thank you for the warning. Hopefully that was intelligible. Was that intelligible? Yeah, it sounds fine. Sounds fine to me. It occasionally pops when you talk. Okay. Oh, that might just be my pop filter failing. I think my might be going or something. I have to edit that out when I make videos. Anyway, yes. I don't support these groups, for the record. But I'm saying that, like, for the purposes of free speech, they are kind of an inevitability. And also, this is also kind of a bad faith argument, right? Because because you have progressed in this line of argument from the idea of straight women making gay porn for other straight women to now we're mass murdering gay people. And that's a fucking jump without the proper workup. Like, I understand where your line of thought goes to. Like, I understand how you can get there, but what I'm saying is that it's not a realistic progression of events. Anyway, yes, surprisingly heavy topic tonight. But anyway, yes, this looks adorable. I'll totally watch this at some point. Sokyu no Fafnir, Behind the Line. I hear this is terrible. I'll be the first to admit I have negative thinking patterns. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I have hot chocolate that I have not drank yet, and it will be my night beverage. Let's see. Shanghai. Deep Sea. The film's Deep Sea is another original animated feature directed by Qian Zhaoping after Monkey King, Hero is Back, and is also a third 3D animation creation of exploration significance for the October media. Excuse me. Although antique stores are popular among Chinese animation works in recent years, Deep Sea will apply a different way, using unique Oriental aesthetics to interpret a fantasy story with a modern background. The film Deep Sea builds a... excuse me. I swallow a lot of air when I'm talking because my nose doesn't work. Deep Sea builds a different brand underwater world and tells the story of a girl who encounters a unique life journey, seeking and searching in the mysterious underwater world. This is actually a beautiful set of images, by the way. Can we, like, address that? Look at that. That is fucking gorgeous. Look at that. That is so pretty. I love the little duck thing right there. I love the, like, posters are so pretty, and then when you look over the trailer, it just looks, it looks like a fucking 3D CG movie. Recently bought FF1, checked the seller, it wasn't an actual company or store, just some dude. First thought was, great, it's probably going to come all fucked up. I don't think that now, but that was my initial thought. Well, that's just sort of like a pessimism versus optimism thing. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with like a cautious little bit of pessimism. I think it's important to not let it. Now, this I feel like is a completely different topic, but I think like I think being healthily skeptical of your environment is actually an important thing that I think more people should do. But the important thing is you have to try to not let it stress you out and like consume you, right? Like you have to be like, oh God, I hope this like disc isn't all fucked up. But then you have to like let it stop there until the disc ends and just be like, I guess I'll find out when it gets here. You can't just let like every waking moment become, oh God, the disc is like, you can't let it start with, I hope the disc isn't fucked up, and then end with, oh my God, the disc is for sure fucked up. I'm gonna have to go through such a process. They're not gonna repay me. I'm gonna be out the money. The disc is gonna break. It's gonna set my system on fire. Like so there's like I think like a healthy amount of like pessimism and skepticism, and you gotta kind of curtail it. You gotta kind of curtail it. I fully understand the struggle, by the way. I do want to say that because I also have my own like pessimistic qualities, and I like to like try and lead it into realism by like thinking like analytically on like what is a more likely situation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, it's a struggle, and I understand it. And it's just something like that if you're not a fan of, you just gotta work on it, you know? I have actively not done things because the chance something bad could happen. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I'm talking about. You kind of gotta like weigh the pros and cons of something to see what's important is like what is more likely, right? Like a thing I always try to do is I like try to play the odds. And I'm not saying this is the way to live life, because I think that kind of gives the impression that I feel like I have it figured out, and I think that would be very like arrogant and conceited to make the claim. But what I try and do is I try and create sort of like a risk versus reward, like most likely scenario kind of situation, right? Like in that kind of scenario, right? Like what will happen if I don't do this thing versus what will happen if I do, and like what's the worst case scenario, and then be like, how likely is this scenario? You know what I'm saying? Like case in point, I found a lollipop today that has apparently been on the floor for like 3 fucking months. And I really wanted to eat this goddamn lollipop. And I'm like, this lollipop is going to taste so fucking good. And I open it up and it's like vaguely sticky and it looked a little green. And I'm like, okay, it's a lollipop, right? How bad can it really be? I bet this lollipop will taste pretty good. This is a real story, by the way. This fucking I'm not even making this up. This is a thing I dealt with today. But like, so I'm like, this would be a really good lollipop, and I'd really love to eat this lollipop, but something about me doesn't trust this lollipop. So like, you mentally weigh the pros and cons, and it's like, okay, what do I get if I eat this lollipop? Well, I get the goddamn lollipop. That's a pretty good pro, right? What do I get if I eat the lollipop, and this lollipop is a terrible lollipop? And it's like, well, now I might make myself sick eating fucking floor candy, as you've described it. Scenario is I don't eat the floor candy. So like so it comes to a point where it's like, okay, so is the chance of getting some delicious floor candy worth the possible drawback of making myself sick having eaten the floor candy? And the decision was no, it is not worth it. So I threw out the floor candy, but I really wish I had eaten that fucking lollipop. Like, this isn't a regret I'm saying, but I wish I had a lollipop to replace the lollipop I lost. Like, I'm not going to eat the lollipop because I don't think the risk is worth the reward, but like, now I don't get a lollipop. Part of this was just me wanting to eat a lollipop, by the way. Part of this story was me wanting to eat a lollipop, but that is kind of the example of like my sort of like risk versus reward system. Is it's like you're talking about like sometimes you'll do things because something bad might happen, and you kind of got to like look at it like, what happens if I don't do it? What happens do I do it? And is it worth the bad thing happening if if like, is the chance of the good thing happening worth the bad thing, happening? But also, like, there's a third layer where it's like, what is the likelihood of this bad thing happening? Like, what is the likelihood of me getting sick from the floor candy? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Uh, in my brain, I was like, this is like 50-50 on whether this is edible floor. Honestly, no, it's probably like 30-70, like 70% good floor candy, 30% don't eat the fucking floor candy. But I decided that the 30% just wasn't worth the floor candy. So there you go. I just remember a perfect example. Remember when I bought a Blu-ray and one of the discs was all fucked up and the dude was being super aggressive about it? I freaked the fuck out. Yes. Yes. You no, I'm not a psychologist, but you do seem like you have issues with anxiety a lot. You should remember because you were one of the people I went to about it. Yes. Yes, I do. No, I remember this. I remember most things. I don't remember what I said. Oh yeah, didn't you bring up like anthrax or something? Or was that, I think anthrax came into it at one point, or that was me thinking about thinking about anthrax and not saying it. You did, yeah, okay. And I was like, he's not going to send you anthrax. Yeah, see that's an example where I think my system would have come in perfectly, right? Like, logically speaking, why? Why would you get anthrax? It would be more likely that he just doesn't send you anything, or he sends you like another broken video. So like that would be a great example of like, just send the fucking movie back and like, because like the more likely scenario is you either get a working replacement or you get completely dicked over, but you know you get dicked over. Um, but it's a process, like working on yourself, learning to like overcome anxiety. All of this is like a process, and it's not something you're gonna be able to like do overnight. Like, I had a bit of an issue with this like a few years back, and like my basic idea was like, you just got to keep your head above water. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't let it consume you, and you've just got to be you just got to like think about like what's the most likely scenario, and you just got to like try and calm yourself down, you know. Now I want to listen to the band Anthrax. I have heard that there is a band Anthrax, but I have never, for the fucking life of me, listened to a single song of them, and they sound like something I would hate, frankly. Let's see. Detective Conan, Haibara I Monogatari, Kurogane no Mystery Train. But anyway, yeah, I wish I had a way to help with like anxiety problems, but I don't. I'm not a psychologist. Um, but you have a psychologist, don't you? Have you ever tried talking to them about it? Doraemon Movie 42, Nobita to Sora no Utopia. Let's see. Akikatsu, 10th Story, Mirai no Stairway, 2023. No, I'm a fashion critic. Yes, I am a fashion critic. You got me there. This is a Akitsu. Uh, that was gross. This is an Akitsu 10th Story movie. At some point, I read this. At some point, I'm sure I've read this. This is Kyoki Sanmyaku Naked Peak. Oh, my kind of peak. Naked Peak climbed the mountains of madness. The fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Alright. Excusez-moi. Evangelion 3.0 minus 46H. On-aired footage included on the BD release of Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Time? Okay. Alright. Little deleted scenes from Evangelion 4. Nijion animation specials. Oh, these are okay. So this is the Nijion animation, but this is like unaired part of it. Okay, all right, fine. And finally, we get to the end with Fate Grand Order Fujimaru Ritsuka wa Wakaranai. Fate Grand Order Fujimaru Ritsuka doesn't get it. Ritsuka Fujimaru, humanity's last master. It would not have been possible to restore humanity without him. However, he does have a shortcoming. He's far too honest. A slapstick comedy in which Fujiwara's simple questions sway the heroic spirits. And with that, we're done. What did I add? I only added like 10 things, didn't I? That's not great sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 13, 14. It was more than I thought. It was 14. 15, 16. That one kind of doesn't count. Like 16. That's not bad. That's not bad for a season of anime. Winter's usually a weak season. This was a season that almost felt like the YouTube algorithm was attempting to specifically the YouTube algorithm was attempting to target me with anime, because there's a lot of like romance comedies and there's a lot of like isekai trash, but like none of it really lands with me. There, now you have no excuse to listen to Anthrax. All right, you know what? I can just pull this up right now. Why the fuck not? I'll have to mute myself, I think, because I don't have my headphones. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to mute my own audio. I'm going to assume 10 seconds, and then I'll unmute my audio. All right. Honestly, not bad. What was that? Madhouse? Honestly, I didn't hate it. Kind of liked it. Wasn't a big fan of the guitar. Wasn't a big fan of the guitar, but kind of liked it. All right. What else we got? Anthrax, Antisocial. Moving on. Okay, that one was kind of boring. I liked Madhouse better. That one was just kind of boring. That one had way too long of a lead up, and then when it got in, the vocals were kind of washed out by the like guitar in the background, and it just kind of creates this like this kind of like smooth, sort of like samey, almost like vanilla kind of rock song. I would say like it kind of just like it kind of like washes itself out. If that makes any kind of sense. All right, next up, Anthrax, Public Enemy, Bring the Noise. Okay, that song is actually really famous, and I've definitely heard it before. It's fucking good, though. Like, it's famous for a reason. That's probably it's also Public Enemy. I think that song is probably more associated, I think, with Public Enemy. I wasn't even aware Anthrax was on it, but yeah, no, I mean, it's a good song. It's famous for a reason. I'll say that. To the point where, like, if we were talking about like the Anthrax songs here, I would almost put that in its own category. And so if I had to choose between Madhouse or Antisocial, the only part of Madhouse I didn't really enjoy was like the guitar. Whereas like Antisocial was just kind of boring. So I definitely go like Madhouse as far as like as far as like Anthrax. Chuck D's voice is great. I could listen to him read a phone book. Yeah, I would definitely go Madhouse over Antisocial. So okay. I think that's everything, right? I feel like I have accomplished my goals in this stream, which is reading anime, giving advice I'm not qualified to on anxiety, calculating the amount of gold coins you would need to retire on, and giving hot political takes. There you go. That's what I. That's what this stream accomplished. Unfortunately, my internet went out at like the halfway mark for the hour, so I'm gonna need to probably download both videos and like staple them together, which is going to be a pain in my ass. Because otherwise I'll have to upload these in two parts, and I don't think I've ever done that before. If I've done that before, I'll do it this time. But I think I've always stapled them together whenever we had a stream drop before. So that's a pain. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, a bit of a heavy stream tonight, wasn't it? Lot of like deeper. Whoops, fuck, what? Lot of deeper, heavier topics. Normally, we just fucking laugh at like whatever garbage is coming out. But yeah, it had a little bit of a thing tonight. But you know what? You know what? It was a good time for me. Hopefully, it was a good time for you. And I have been Sacrobolic, your envoy of hope. And I will see you back with Kuon. It is Kuon next time. We are going back to Kuon Yin phase. That's because I'm a dun-dun-dun liberal. And I'm a filthy moderate. Alright, see you all next time. Bye-bye.